Do you know that you can play a critical role in the lives of abused and neglected children in your community? According to the United States Administration for Children and Families, the state of Mississippi alone has the second highest rate of child abuse and neglect cases. The impact of abuse and neglect is so severe that it can impact the child a number of ways, to include physical, psychological, behavioral, and societal consequences. In order to combat these and protect these children, the CASA program of Mississippi was established to advocate on the best interests of abused and neglected children through court-sanctioned, community-based programs. The purpose of this speech is to persuade you to volunteer with the Natchez CASA program. First, we will cover the need for the CASA program in Natchez, Mississippi. Then, we will look at some of the challenges the program faced while working to achieve their mission. Finally, we will look at the program and how it can benefit from volunteers like you. Every day, thousands of children are victims to abuse. The number of these cases from abused and neglected children in our community, although they have seen decreasing numbers over the last decade, are still happening at an alarming rate. CASA, which stands for a Court-Appointed Specialist Advocate, is serviced through the juvenile justice system in Adams County. According to Rennet 2002, CASA volunteers serve by working with a child during their time of uncertainty as they adjust to new and changing environments. CASA volunteers collect information on how the family is doing with their services in order to get their children back. Volunteers collaborate with teachers, doctors, child protective service workers, and other professionals to find the most suitable and permanent placement for a victimized child. The placement may take place in the form of foster care, parental home, or an adoptive home. Assuming there was a large number interested in becoming an advocate, one should remember that these cases should not be taken lightly. Information given or obtained is strictly confidential and is only allowed to be shared with those with access to the case, such as your CASA supervisor, the CPS worker, and the judge. Having too many volunteers, though, could pose a risk of leaked information, and that is not good for the child, the case, or the organization. Also, being committed until the case is closed is also important. A volunteer is expected to complete their cases before leaving, so leaving abruptly or making excuses not to do what you signed up for is highly unacceptable. I've just discussed with you the need for the CASA program. Now I will discuss with you some of the challenges that the program faces on a daily basis. Currently, the CASA program of Natchez is serving 100 cases in a number of counties. According to the National Technical Assistance Brief, the program serves more than one county in a number of counties. They do this so that they can provide the program to other families in counties that do not have the program. The problem with this setup is that by expanding the number of counties to cover, the program is also increasing the number of caseloads. A caseload includes a victimized child and their parent or guardian. So as there are over 100 cases, there are at least 100 children that need protecting. One solution that could decrease the caseload Natchez takes is by establishing more CASA programs in other counties. By doing this, cases that take place in other jurisdictions can see a faster response from the judge and the CASA volunteer. The case would not have to be squeezed into a schedule just to be heard, and the children in the case would not be ignored in a sense. A setback to this is that other counties surrounding Natchez, such as Port Gibson, Vicksburg, Gloucester, Fayette, these other cities and counties are just too small to set up another CASA program. So a second solution could be to recruit more volunteers. Each volunteer is responsible for so many cases depending on their level of commitment. So if there were more volunteers, the number of cases could be distributed evenly. Each child would be insured a CASA, and the chances of them being placed in better homes would happen at a faster rate. So I've just discussed establishing more CASA programs and recruiting more CASA volunteers and how it could help overcome the challenge of the program that is facing on a daily basis. But I believe that with more volunteers, however, this could better serve our community as a whole. Having members of our community and neighboring counties become CASA volunteers would be the best solution, not only for improving the lives of the children in our state, but for bringing the community together. The CASA program is an interconnected web that includes a lot of people, services, and programs. It is creating opportunities for children to thrive as they develop into successful adults. The program is also allowing adults to step into more serious roles as they grow from ordinary citizens to bettering the lives of children, which will have an immediate effect on society as a whole. The program is also putting accountability back into place as the parents who abuse and neglect innocent children are given another chance to collect themselves mentally and emotionally. According to the CASA of Travis County 2003, we want to provide the families a safe home and for everyone else involved a promising future. In closing, the purpose of this speech was to persuade my audience on why they should become a CASA volunteer with the juvenile justice system. First, we went over the challenges of the Natchez CASA program. Then we went over the possible solutions that could help the program. Finally, I went over why more CASA volunteers will be better for our community. A CASA volunteer serves an important need in our community, a need that should not be ignored. Will you help fulfill this need? Thank you, as I just went over the need and a solution for why you should volunteer with the Natchez CASA program. Thank you.